All right, good morning, everybody. This is your warm up for October 8th, Thursday. Aloha. All right, let's see what we can do here. You remember how to do diamonds, right? So you want to copy this down in your math folder, right? Copy it down in here, right? Copy down all those problems and then start trying it, okay? And if you get stuck, you can look in the book. Remember what generic rectangle is, okay? You can look in the book. Um, or you can come back and check in, okay? Don't forget these last two down here. Add or subtract these decimals. I will zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole page and copy it down. You can pause the video and start that now. But your goal is to try to do as much as you can without any help, and then get help where you need it, and then check your answers. And if you got anything wrong, fix it. Don't erase it, cross it out, and then put the right answer in. I suggest using another color pen. You don't want to erase your wrong answers because you learn from wrong answers. Everybody learns from mistakes, and don't be embarrassed of them. Those are learning experiences if you pay attention, right? The only time it's truly a mistake is if you don't realize that you made that mistake. You're not checking your answers closely, okay? So go ahead and try this and pause the video and get on it, and then come back and we'll start solving. Okay, go ahead. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you got a lot of correct answers here. Remember, with the diamonds, you're looking for two numbers that multiply together to give a product of that top number, and when you add them, you get the sum, the bottom number. Start using those words, product and sum, so you can be bilingual. All right, you may have recognized this 42 and 13 are pretty popular ones because 6 times 7 is one of the toughest facts that kids learn. Kind of crazy you guys already know 16 times 16 is 256, yet you're having trouble with the 6 times 7, 7 times 8. Remember, that's a little silly. All right, go practice those. Okay, and you get con minutes for practicing those, so have at it. All right, what about 36 and 13? I want to go 6 times 6 because it just fits with that 36 so well, but 6 plus 6 is not 13, it's 12, right? What else works there? Well, 3 plus 6 is 9, so I know 9 goes into it. How many times? 4 times. Okay, and then we have 36 and 20. What's going to work there? Here's kind of a cool thing. Whenever you have two numbers that have a product of a certain number, you can double one of those and take half the other. What happens when I double 9? I get 18. I take half of 4, I get 2. And 2 times 18 is also going to be 36. But guess what? 2 plus 18 is 20. It works. Okay. All right, 650. Oh my goodness, Mr. Daniel, you're being mean to us. Not really. This is just a simple fact. It's a 2 times 3, right? But I'm going to have a 0 here and a 0 here. 20 times 30 is 6 with 2 zeros, and 20 plus 30 is 50. Okay. I'm never going to ask you to do something I don't think that you guys could figure out. Okay. I got faith in you. So if it looks really hard, there might be a trick. Okay. Try it out. All right, 0 goes in, 0 comes out. Uh-oh, is the machine broken? No, because 1 goes in and now 4 comes out. 2 goes in, 8 comes out. What's going on here? Whoa, 0, 4, 8, that looks familiar. Did we do some multiples yesterday? 0, 4, 8, 12. 12 is correct. So 16 will be next, right? Nope. See, I'm skipping this here. I go 0, 1, 2, 3. These are consecutive numbers, but then I skip to 5. If I had a 4, 16 would be there. And so now 5, 16 plus 4 more is going to be 20. Do I want to do 6, 7, 8, 9? I don't want to have to. Anybody recognize that pattern? Right? Looks like it's times 4, right? 1 times 4, 2 times 4, 3 times 4. 10 times 4 is going to be 40. 15 times 4 is 60. What's 20 times 4? It's one of those basic facts, right? 2 times 4 is 8. So 20 times 4 is 80. 4 quarters is $1. And $4 is, or 4 times 100 is 400. So what are we doing here? Whatever's going in, I'm multiplying it times 4, right? And how you going to write x times 4 when you're in 8th grade? You'll just write 4x. A number written next to a letter is like a number written next to parentheses. You multiply those, right? All right, 0 goes in, 1 comes out, 1 goes in, 5 goes out, 2 goes in. This was a stickler, okay? If you are totally lost on this, I'm going to give you a couple of more numbers for hints, and I want you to go try it. All right, when 3 goes in, what's coming out is 13. And when 5 goes in, what's coming out is 20. Okay, so that's a hint for you. Go try it for a couple minutes after you pause the video. And another hint for you, if you're still stuck, I'm going to put 41 here, but I'm also going to have you compare. Right? Here I had 0, and there I had 1. Here I had 4, then I had 5. Here I had 8, then I had 9. Here I had 12, then I had 13. 20, 21, 40, 41. What's going to come out when 15 goes in? If you guess 61, you got it. And again, whenever that light bulb goes off as we go over these, if you think you figured it out, pause that video, go fill in the rest and see if you got it. Then come back, okay? Use that pause button. It helps you learn, okay? What's coming out when 20 goes in? 81 is correct. How about when 25? If you said Highway 101 north, you got it right. And 100 goes in, what's coming out? 401. So what's going on here? It looks a lot like this, but then one more, right? So x goes in, what's coming out is x times 1 plus 1 more. I'm sorry, x times 4 plus 1 more. Man, Mr. Daniel makes lots of mistakes, doesn't he? Yeah, that's okay. Don't be shy, okay? You never try. That's when you're never learning. So how are you going to write this in 8th grade? 4x plus 1. Okay, standard algorithm. Remember, that's when you write them vertically, one on top of the other, and you start in the bottom right, and you say 1's place times 1's place, right? 2 times 8 is 16. You put the 6 there, and you carry that 1 because it's really a 10. 2 times 4 is, or 2 times 2 is 4, plus that 1 more is 5. Now I'm going to put a placeholder here because that 3 is really a 30. And then cross out those carry marks so you don't get confused. Now I'm going 3 times 8, then 3 times 2. 3 times 8, 24. Carry that 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 more is 8. And then I get 896. Now, generic rectangle. Some of you may remember that being called the area model. Okay, and as we're studying area now, it makes sense, right? 28, I'm doing 28, and 32, doing 32. 20 times 30 is 2 times 3, with 2 zeros. 20 times 2 is 2 times 2 with 1 0. 8 times 30 is 24 with a 0, and 8 times 2. Now I'm going to take those 4 products, and I'm going to put them over here and add them. 3 zeros and a 6, 2 4s and a 1, and a 6 and a 2, 896, and guess what? Must have done it right. It's a good way to double check. Okay? All right, let's do the area model, or generic rectangle is what CPM's calling it, first on this one. Okay, so I have a 40 and a 3, and what goes up top? 60 and an 8. What if I did 61 and 7? Guess what? It would still work. It would just be harder, right? We like this because this is a simple fact. When I had 61, it wouldn't be a simple fact. 4 times 6 is 24 with 2 zeros. 3 times 6 is 18 with a 0. 40 times 8, 32 with a 0. And 3 times 8 is 24. I'm going to take those 4 numbers, those 4 products, put them over here and add them. And then I get 12, 5, 8, 9, and 2, 2,924. Let's try the standard algorithm here. First, I'm multiplying the ones place. 8 times 3, that's 24. Carry that 2. 8 times 4 is 32, plus the 2, 34. I'm going to put a placeholder because that 6 is really 60. Cross out my carry mark so I don't get confused. 6 times 3 is 18. Put the 8 there, carry the 1. 6 times 4 is 24 plus 1, 25. Start adding. 12, carry the 1, 3, 1, and 5 is 9. And guess what? I did it right. Good double check. Okay, when you add, subtract, or compare decimals, I suggest writing them vertically and lining up the decimals. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use the fact that this is written, and I'm going to write the 3 2/10 underneath the 11.46 or 11/4600ths. The first part of this number I write is the decimal, because I got to make sure that is lined up directly underneath the other decimal. So I'm writing the decimal first. I know I have a 3 to the left of it and a 2 to the right. Now that looks weird, doesn't it? So how do I make it look a little less weird and a little less confusing? Remember, you can add zeros to the right of the decimal. So I'm going to add a 0 next to this 2 under the 6. Looks a lot less confusing now. Now remember, when you add or subtract decimals, the decimal comes straight down. And then I just add 6 plus 0, 4 plus 2, 11 plus 3, 14, and 6600ths. Hopefully you make your 4s better than I made that one. All right, again, writing these numbers, stacking them vertically. Put the decimal first. There's a 0 to the left, 375 to the right. I'm subtracting. That looks weird. How do I make it less weird and less confusing? And for this one, definitely less likely to make a mistake. Add zeros to the right. Okay. If I don't add zeros to the right, I'm tempted to bring that 5 down and the 7 down. Really, I'm supposed to take that 5 away from something, and there's nothing up there. So I got to go borrow. Right? Now I got 10 here. I can cross out the 10, make it a 9, and then I have 10 in the thousands place. 10 minus 5 is 5. 9 minus 7 is 2. 1 minus 3, can't do it. Got to go borrow. 11 minus 3 is 8. Decimal comes straight down. So my correct answer here is 8 825 thousandths. All right. Good job, everybody. Aloha. Hopefully you're starting to get these things, right? The more you do it, the better you get.